Hey guys, welcome back to Snake Limited. I'm John, and this is my boy. I think his name's Icarus, but I'm not sold on that yet. He is my Super OD yellow belly leopard Enchi pied male that I got it from Aussie last year. That is part of my big breeding plans for this season. And today I kind of wanted to go through the collection and show you guys the different males that we are going to be using to breed with this season, or have been breeding with this season. As you can see, my dude here kind of matches the color of my logo, and I just got these new hats in. They're not for sale yet, but I'm super excited to finally get them. I've been kind of trying to get these things made since October and finding the right company to purchase them through, but they will be really my first official merch with the new company name. I'm really excited about it. So this guy here, he has been actually bred to a bunch of females so far. I have, let's see here, let me pull this girl out. She's an ODYB, huge fire pied. I just pulled him off of an OD pied, but he's actually going to go into the tub with another OD pied here. Just got done changing all the waters, and so he has been doing a good job here of, so that's like a single gene OD pied there, and he's super OD with Enchi, leopard, and yellow belly. You can see the difference in what they look like. So he's been paired up to quite a few females here, 3 of them with OD. I have a big panel, if you saw my video recently, where there was a big pastel Enchi female that was ovulating. He was actually paired up to her. So he's really doing a fantastic job of, breeding females this season. He just stopped eating within the last several weeks, so he's still at a healthy weight, but I'm trying to hopefully make sure that the females he's with are, ovulating here soon, so that we can kind of take him off and give him some time to relax. So let's take a look at one of the other males. Unfortunately, a lot of my males are in shed at this point, so their colors aren't fantastic. But this guy is an ultra pied male, which is Ultramel and pied. He has been locked up to 3 or 4 females. The pewter pied female that laid for me just last week was actually bred with this male. So he's doing a pretty good job too. He's actually been off food for a little over a month, and he's getting to the point where I may actually stop pairing him up until he goes back on food for a few meals here, because I don't want him to lose too much weight. But he's definitely, I guess, getting tired out. So his days of locking up might be numbered here. It kind of stinks because he locked up here to a pastel pied 4 times. The pewter was 6 locks. A pastel blade clown 6 times that never ended up going. So I actually started pairing her to somebody else. So we'll see if she ever goes, who she goes to. Mojave pied, possible yellow belly and fire. And a pastel leopard pied female, like over a dozen times, which I'm not understanding why she has not. I don't know if she's not going to go. She is humongous. She's actually one of the grumpy ones I have. For some reason, she has not gone yet. No ovulations, but she's huge. She had a ton of locks, so hopefully at some point she does go. This is another one of the awesome breeders that I got from Aussie last year. He is an Ultramel OD leopard firefly male that is also 100% het pied. He was actually bred to a bunch of females as well, and I think he's actually probably close to done for this season. But as you can see, he's a really cool looking guy. I'm really bred him to a lot of pied females, a lot of big pied females. My goal was to, half of those clutches should be pied, and they will all be 100% het Ultramel. And he also has 4 codom genes, so he's, again, OD, pastel, fire, and leopard. So if I'm hitting OD pastel or OD firefly leopard pied snakes out of any of his clutches that are going to be 100% het Ultramel, they're going to be huge building blocks for my breeding projects, and really should probably be snakes that are pretty easy to sell in the morph market. Now he was bred to this OD het pied female that had a ton of slugs. If you saw that video on my page, unfortunately, but he was also bred to this huge pied female here who actually just had a shed on 131. So she should be laying eggs at the end of February or the very beginning of March. My other huge pastel pied female, I believe she is starting to ovulate. And, you know, I'm checking back here occasionally. She last shed on 1-3. On these little dry erase boards that I have here, I write ovulation ? So that I can keep checking. I don't have an ultrasound machine yet, and to be honest, I don't know if I'm gonna really put my money into one. I'm still really trying to debate whether or not it's worth it. I haven't had any issues with pairings or trying to figure out if a snake's gonna go or not. So I don't know if I'm gonna invest any money into that. So I don't know if she's growing follicles or not. This snake was a black pastel bamboo het Ultramel he was bred to. She shed about 2 weeks ago, so I'm hoping that what I did catch wasn't ovulation and that she should be laying a smaller clutch here in the next 2 weeks. And that's, I believe, no, he has one more snake, I think, actually, which is kind of the crazy part. He did a big job this year. This snake is actually, I believe, ovulating right now. I actually have 3 of these. I didn't breed him the other 2 because they're not big enough yet. This is just a double het Ultramel albino. As you can see, she's a huge girl. She's starting to ovulate, and so I have 3 of these. This is actually the only normal patterns I have. But hopefully I get some pretty cool looking Ultramels out of this clutch. This guy right here is a triple het black exanthic hypopied male that is also Mojave, cinnamon, and for some reason the 3rd gene is blanking on me. Maybe I'll figure it out before the end of the video. But he is getting bred to this cinnamon pied, possible mahogany female. I have a hypopied female that he's getting bred to, who I can show you right here, although he hasn't been doing a good job with locks. I haven't really recorded too many locks with him yet, so I don't know what his deal is. The couple that I have seen are very few and far between. There is a big black exanthic female that I haven't paired up to, with the hopes that I'm producing some visual black exanthics. He's leopard cinnamon Mojave. So with the hopes that I'm producing some black exanthics that have 1, 2, or all 3 of those codominant genes in there as well, so that I can really kind of get into the black exanthic project. Unfortunately, this guy is in shed, so his colors look absolutely terrible. But he is an orange dream pied, 100% het clown. I believe he's also, yeah, he's pastel. You can tell from the head stamp on there. And I believe he's possibly yellow belly. So he's obviously kind of the big dude for my clown pied project. He's being bred to this huge pastel, possibly super leopard clown, 100% het pied, and this super pastel pied, 100% het clown. And a couple other snakes. Let me see. Oh, a spot-nosed clown female that I have here. She is humongous. Obviously, I am trying to get into clown pieds, anything really double recessive. He's a big part of that. I have some other females that are, she's yellow, possibly yellow belly pied, 50% clown that he is going to be paired up with soon. This is a pastel Enchi clown that is 50% het pied, and also a Firefly Leopard Clown, possible Orange Dream, even though I think she probably is. And she is also 50% het pied. So he has 2 females that are visual plus 100% het. And he has 3 females, once they're ready to go, that are visual, 1 visual recessive, and then 50% het for the other one. To help, hopefully, 1 or 2 of the 50%ers prove out, so I could actually have a boatload of clown pieds hitting the market this year. This guy is a yellow belly lemon blast pied 100% het desert ghost. Unfortunately this year, anything I had with desert ghost except for this one female has been kind of a disaster. She's huge actually. She's a pastel desert ghost. She's in shed 2. Everything else that I bought that had desert ghost in it has turned out to be a terrible investment. This super inchy butter desert ghost, she was going good at first and then stopped eating for about 3 or 4 months and then just started eating mice only. I actually bought a pied het desert ghost female who has actually been off food for 3 or 4 months and just not eating at all. She hasn't lost a ton of weight yet, but I am not very happy with that because obviously she was a big part of the breeding plans with that male, trying to produce some pied desert ghosts. So, I mean, he's eating, I'm trying to see. I actually haven't recorded any locks with him yet, with any of the females that he is being bred to. He's being bred to the pastel desert ghost right now. And I believe I was trying to pair him up to one of my clown visual females to help. Basically, I'd produce double het, pied, clown, 50% het desert ghost, but that way there's a possibility of some triple hets in the clutches. The last male that I am currently breeding is this guy who unfortunately is, again, in shed, as you can see how pink he is for being a pied. He's an Orange Dream Blade pied, 100% het clown. What I was doing with him is I was breeding him to a couple of the visual clown females I have so that I could produce some Orange Dream Blade clowns that are 100% het pied. All of my other pied females are kind of spoken for, and I don't have actually any clown males that are just clown to pair up. So I was trying to make some visual clowns that would be 100% het pied so that I have more clowns in my collection. I'm very pied heavy, and I did that on purpose because I actually prefer pied to clown. But I know for the sake of the hobby or for the business, that I need to get more into clowns as well, so I have a better ratio of pied to clowns and also as well desert ghosts. So he is being bred to a couple clown females. I have him. Let's see. He was actually being bred to this pastel clown that I actually bred the Ultramel male to as well. So hopefully, I should be able to tell. What's coming out of that clutch just by the looks of the offspring. And he's also being bred to this really nice looking pastel lesser leopard clown. As you can see, I'm trying to breed him to some stuff that has similar genes, getting the leopard into the clown and keeping it in there, being bred with him. This one's pastel possible blade. So at the very least, I could get pastel Orange Dream Blade clowns from this pairing. And when this female eventually starts growing up, she just went back on food again. She's a lesser pied, as you can see. She's all white. There's no pattern on there. Actually breeding him to her too, because she could have some possible hidden genes in there as well. She's all white, so you can't see anything. But hopefully she's able to kind of produce some cool stuff for me this season as well. My last, and unfortunately most disappointing male of the season is this Dreamsicle male here. Dreamsicle being pied and lavender albino. This dude is actually one of my biggest males, but he has had 0 locks this season. I have this huge yellow belly pied het lav female that he's being bred to, and I also have this very large pied, just plain pied het lav female that he's being bred to. Unfortunately, he has basically shown 0 interest in locking up with them. I may try that little trick of putting him in with another male to see if that kind of stimulates him a little bit. But he has had like 0 interest in locking with either of these 2 females. Checking on my worksheet here, he had 2 locks and 4 locks, but those were like months and months and months ago. So what that means to me is, whether the females are just kind of not going along with it, or he's not showing interest. I got to do something to kind of stimulate that, because that's all he's being bred to are those two, because he doesn't have any other genes in him. So it doesn't make a ton of sense for me to breed him anywhere else. I was really just looking to make Dreamsicles, because they're cool looking snakes. So I'm hoping that at some point that kicks in and I get some visual Dreamsicles at some point this year. All right, my last male here is actually my lightning pied male, who fathered quite a few clutches for me last year. I think 3. He actually lost a bunch of weight during the breeding season, so he's actually not breeding right now. He finally just took 2 meals in back-to-back weeks. But as you can see, he kind of got pretty thin through the breeding season. Now, he's not being bred to anything. I'm kind of giving him a couple months off to kind of put some weight back on. But I do have, I still kept the female from last year that I bred him to. I actually purchased a second lightning pied female that I am hoping to breed him to this year. It may not, by the looks of it, it may not occur until later in the season. But I have, the lightning pieds still. I'm keeping them. That's a project I'm definitely working in. So he's not being bred right now, but he will be at some point being worked back into the swing of things. Hopefully I can find some more intricate pied females to breed him to, so I can work a bunch more genes in there, because so far I only have Pastel and Mojave that I have offspring of to work into the project. But hopefully at some point this season I can get him in with a pied female, big pied female that has a bunch of genes to kind of expand that project. All right, guys, that is really it for this year in terms of what I'm starting off with this season. It's only February, so things can change a lot in a few months, especially if some of these early clutches start dropping and they have really good results. But to start off this year, that's what I'm working with. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed and wish me luck.